welcome to this question where we are going to just focus on part A, part C, part E, and part G. Okay, that's the questions that I'm going to work on for this particular question. And so, for part A, okay, so for part A, we have 18 is to 27. And I could actually divide both by 9, which is the lowest common multiple for both. And I will get 2 is to 3, and that is the simplest form. For part C, 1.5 is to 4.5. I would first change both into improper fraction. This will be 3 over 2 is to 9 over 2. And at this point, I would then multiply by 2, so that it will give me 3 is to 9. And finally, I'm going to divide by 3 on both ratio. Final answer, 1 is to 3. Alright. Now, let me just make sure that I got space for the last two that I'm going to go through here. So for part E, where we have a decimal, 0.250 is to 0.375. For this, we could actually make them equals to, I'm non-decimal, meaning I'm going to times 1000 on both sides. 250 is to 375, and I could then slowly, I'm going to just divide by 5, so that it will be 50 is to 75. And I realize, hey, I could actually divide by 25 on both sides, and that will give me a final answer of 2 is to 3. And the last example, G, where we are given 1.6 meter is to 36 cm. This is important. We must always make sure that the units are the same. So in this case here, right, I would actually multiply by 100 so that I will get 160 cm is to 36 cm. And from here, then I could slowly divide already. I realized both can be divided by 4. To give me 40 is to 9, and that actually is the simplest form. And do take note, it is really important that for final answer of ratio, we usually do not write down the units. Okay? So for final answer, try not to write down no units. Okay? For final answer, for ratio. Alright? With that, we have come to the end of this part of the video. So if you like this video, do give it a thumbs up. Thank you for watching. And let's move on to other videos. Hello everyone, welcome to this question where we are required at the end of the day to find what is A is to B. Okay, given the following equation. Okay, for such questions, do take note of the relationship between a fraction form and the ratio form. Okay, and this is how we are going to be using later on for this particular kind of question. Okay, we will try to establish the fraction form first so that we could get the final answer in the ratio form. So for part A, starting with 2a equals to 3b, you will realize what Mr. Tan will do. I'm going to divide by b on both sides so that I will get 2a over b equals to 3. b divided by b equals to 1. I will also now divide by 2 on both sides so that I'm left with a over b here. And I have 3 over 2 because the b, 2 divided by 2 equals to 1. Okay, just for complete. And from here, I would then be able to see that since a divided by b equals to 3 over 2, a is to b is 3 is to 2. Alright, so that's why we need to, before the start of this video or this problem, we do need to be clear how we can make use of the fraction form to help us to get the answer for the ratio form. And for part B, it is also exactly the same, but this time round 3/4 a, we could write it as 3a over 4. 2 over 5 times b, we could write it as 2b over 5. And I am going to multiply by 4 on both sides so that I can divide off the 4 to get 1 over 1. I am also going to multiply by 5 on both sides. And therefore, the next line you will see would be 5 times 3, 15a, 2 times 4, 8b. The next step would then be for us to, like what we did for part A, I'm going to divide by b on both sides. I am going to also divide by 15 on both sides so that b divided by b equals to 1, 15 divided by 15 equals to 1, and I'm left with a over b equals to 8 over 15. So that we will be able to get from here, then our final answer, 8 is to 15. And we have come to the end of this part of the problem. So if you like this video, do give it a thumbs up. Thank you for watching. And let's move on to the next problem. Hello everyone, welcome to this problem where we are given right from the start xy is to z equals to 5.5, 4.62 and 33. Our first job is to simplify this into the simplest form. So for part A, right, to rewrite x is to y is to z as 5.5, 4.62 is to 33, and I am going to times 100 to all so that I do not have any more decimal. And from here, let me check. Oh, all can divide by 2. And wait a minute, I see 55 and 33. And also there's possibly 11. That could be a factor. And I am right. 462 does can divide by 11. So 2 and 11. Yep. I'm going to divide by 22. To all, so that I will get the following. 25 is to 21 is to 150, and at this point, right, I realize this would be the simplest form, because for 25 the only factors are 5 and 21 cannot divide by 5. Moving on to part B. Okay, so I'm going to just draw a line to create a space at the other side, meter this way, okay? So for part B, now that we have x is to y is to z in its simplest form. So y is to x is simply 21 is to 25, and this happens to be the simplest form. Okay, for part C, where we are required to find the ratio for x is to z, x is 25, z is 150. Aha, both can be divided by 25 actually, and therefore I will get 1 is to 6, and that will be the simplest form for this question. Alright, thank you for watching this video, and if you like this video, do give it a thumbs up. Thank you for watching, and let's move on to the next question. Hello everyone, welcome to this problem where we are given the ratio of carbon is to hydrogen is to oxygen as 1 is to 2 is to 1. So the total number of units would then be 1 plus 2 plus 1, 4. And this will be important for our next part of the problem, because for part A we are required to find number of atoms for C when we are given total number of atoms is 24. So this means that 4 units will represent 24 atoms. And our job now for carbon, which is 1 unit. So it is simply 24 divided by 4, and I will get 6 atoms. Okay, so 6 atoms for carbon. Done. Let's make it easier to see. Okay, and for part B, hydrogen Let me use another color for hydrogen. Oops, hydrogen will be 2 units. So since I already gotten the 1 unit represents 6 atoms, I just need to find 2 units, and that will be 12 atoms. And this will be for my hydrogen. And with that, we have come to the end of this problem. So if you like this video, do give you a thumbs up. Thank you for watching and have a nice day. Hello everyone, welcome to this problem where we are given that ramen works 5 days a week and 8 hours a day. Okay, and every day his daily wage is $184. Find his hourly wage rate. So each day he works 8 hours, right? So for part A, his hourly, that means each hour, how much is his wage? Is therefore equals to 184 divided by 8 hours, and that will give me the answer for how much he earns for every hour. He earns $23 for each hour. And for part B, what would then be his weekly wage? Meaning every week, how much does he earn? He works 5 days a week, so I'm going to just 184 for 1 day multiplied by 5 days because he works 5 days to give me the final wage rate, which would be $920. And we are done with this question. Thank you for watching this video and hope you like it. Let's move on to the next problem. Hello everyone, welcome to this problem where we are given the cost of laying 12 meters square, which is $270 for part A. Find the cost of laying the tiles per meter. This term simply means how much for 1 meter square. Okay? So the word per represents 1. So in this case here, since I know 12 meters square is $270, so the cost per meter square would therefore be equal to my 270 divided by 12 meter square, and that will give me $22.50. And once I know this, then I will be able to get how much it will be for the cost for laying 20 meters square, okay, of floor tiles. It would be simply, since 1 meter square is $20.50, and I'm going to find 20 meters square, all I need to do is just simply multiplying by 20. Alright, and we are done with this question. So if you like this question, do give it a thumbs up. Then thank you for watching. and have a nice day. Hello everyone, welcome to this video where we are required to find the price per kg for two types of rice, where we are given 5 kg for one and 10 kg for two, the prices. So for A part 1, our focus is then on the fragrant, 5 kg for $9.60. So A part 1, what would then be the price for 1 kg? Per kg represents 1 kg. Alright, so the price per kg for fragrant is simply $9.60 divided by 5 kg, and that will give me $1.92 for each kg. Okay, next, where we would then have part B, where we are talking about the premium rice at 10 kg. They give me this price. So for A part 2, the price per kg for premium brand will be $18.60 divided by 10 kg, and I will get $1.86. And for part B, which pack of rice then will be more value? If the quality of the rice is the same, then at this point, right, which one is cheaper? Yes, the premium brand is cheaper, and therefore to answer this question, premium brand rice is more value for money. And why is it so? As its price per kg is cheaper than fragrant brand rice. Alright, we have come to the end of this problem. So if you like this video, do give it a thumbs up. Thank you for watching and have a nice day. Hello everyone, welcome to this problem where we are given 4,000 Singapore dollars can be exchanged for 25,300 Hong Kong dollars. So find the exchange rate in terms of SGD over Hong Kong dollars. This simply means that they would want us to find the exchange rate by having 4,000 SGD dividing by Hong Kong dollar, and this will be equal to, do take note, all the answers going to be corrected to 4 significant figures later on. So let me have 4,000 divided by 25,300. This will give me 0.15810.3. This is to 6 figures, so that we can then round it up to 4 significant figures. So it will be 81, and this one is SGD. Oops. SGD over Hong Kong dollar. This is to 4 SF. All right. Now let's move on to the part B. Where they will want us for Hong Kong dollars over Singapore dollars. So A part 2 is just the opposite. I'm going to have the Hong Kong dollars dividing by the Singapore dollars. 6.325 Hong Kong dollars for 1 Singapore dollars. For part B, what do we have? We have 38. She bought a necklace for 38,000 Hong Kong dollar. How much is the price in Singapore dollars? So for this particular question, we are going to use this exchange rate here. Okay, because this represents how much Singapore dollars for 1 Hong Kong dollar. All right, so for part B, right, 1 Hong Kong dollar represents 0.158103 Singapore dollars. And now we have 38,000 Hong Kong dollar. That's why I am going to just multiply by 38,000 here to give me this answer, 0.158 103 times 38,000, and I will get 6007.914. This one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 SF. The final answer in 4 significant figure, 6008 SGD, which is to 4 significant figures. With that, we have come to the end of this question. So if you like this video, do give it a thumbs up. Thank you for watching and have a nice day. Hello everyone, welcome to this video where we are required to convert the following to meter per second. So for part A, we will have 20 kilometer per second. This simply means that 24 kilometer per second means that it is equals to 24 kilometer over 1 second. And therefore, to get meter per second, I would therefore just need to convert my kilometer to meter. Alright. And so, how does that work? So my 24 kilometer is simply, I just need to times 1000 and it will be meter. The whole thing is still over 1 second because I just need to get to meter per second. And therefore final answer 24,000 meter per second. And that will be for part A. Alright. And now for part B, where we will have 50 meter per hour.
Again, using the same idea from part A, this simply means 50 meter over 1 hour. And so I already have the meter. All I need to do now is to convert the hour to seconds. Yeah. So it will be in 1 hour there is 60 minutes, and in 60 minutes there is 60 seconds. And that's what we will do to convert 1 hour to seconds. Okay, next thing would then be 50 divided by 60 times 60, and that will be 0.0138889 SF first, 6 significant figure, followed by final answer 139 meter per second. This is to 3 SF. Alright, let's move on to part C now, where we will have to convert 80 kilometer per minute. Again, it is the same, kilometer over 1 minute. That's my starting point. And I would then need to convert the kilometer to meter. Just need to multiply by 1000. That will give us the meter. And in 1 minute, we have 60 seconds. And so final answer for part C will be 1333.33333. I will write to 6 CFIC first, followed by 1330 meter per second to 3 SF. Last 126 kilometer per hour. So this is the same as 126 kilometer in 1 hour. And so kilometer, we are all pretty good already, isn't it? Just need to multiply by 1000. That will give me the meter. For 1 hour, previously we know that there is 60 minutes, 60 seconds, and for each minute it is 60 seconds. Therefore the answer will be 35 meter per second. With that, we have come to the end of this video. So if you like this video, do give it a thumbs up. Thank you for watching and have a nice day. Hello everyone, welcome to this video where we will need to convert the following speeds to kilometer per hour. Okay, and so let's move on to part A, where we have 1200,000 meter per hour means that it is meter over 1 hour. And to convert now meter to kilometer, all we have to do is to divide by 1000, and that will give me the kilometer. Since we need the hour, then I just leave it as it is, and therefore this one, the answer would be 20 kilometer per hour. Alright, Okay, for part B, 0.7 kilometer per second means 0.7 kilometer over 1 second. And now I already have the kilometer, so I shall leave it untouched. How do I convert 1 second to 1 hour? So for this, it will simply mean I'm going to divide by 60 because 1 minute has 60 seconds. And I'm going to divide by 60 again because in 1 hour there is 60 minutes. Alright. And therefore when you press the calculator, 0.7 is on top of the fraction. Below it will be 1 divided by 60 divided by 60. You will get 2520 kilometer per hour. Alright. Now let's move on to part C and part D. Part C will be 9,000. Will be 9,000 meter per minute, means 9,000 meter over 1 minute. And this one need to do the conversion both at the top and in the denominator. So 9,000 meter to kilometer, I will need to divide by 1,000. And this will give me my kilometer. And for 1 minute, all I have to do, I need to divide by 60. That will give me my hour. And in your calculator, just need to calculate and key in correctly in the fraction. The numerator is 9,000 divided by 1,000. The denominator is 1 divided by 60. And you will get the following: 540 kilometer per hour. And for the last part, 40 meter per second means 40 meter in 1 second. So this one again we need to do for the denominator. Meter to kilometer, I divide by 1,000. For seconds though, it will be 1 second. I need to divide by 60 to convert to minute. And I divide by 60 again to convert to hour. So the final answer would be 144 kilometer per hour. With that, we have come to the end of this video. If you like this video, do give it a thumbs up. Thank you for watching and have a nice day. Hello everyone, welcome to this video where we will explore this problem where we are given average speed 65 km per hour between two stations. We are also given the time taken to travel from one to the other, 2 minutes 30 seconds. So find the distance between the two stations. So this one gives me some idea. First, distance is equals to speed times time. So I got speed and I got time. So I just need to multiply them together, yeah? But before that, do take note, the time is given in minutes and seconds while the speed is given in kilometer per hour. This means that before I multiply them together, I must first convert the 2 minutes 30 seconds into hours. Alright, so this one will be 2.5 minutes. 30 seconds is half a minute. And then to convert minute to hour, I need to divide by 60. Okay. And because this is part of the working, not the final answer, I'm going to write it in fraction first. Alright, so this one will be 1/24 hour. I got my time. Now is to apply the formula. So I'm going to just write this part of the working at the other side. To keep my working as neat as possible, I draw a line. So we are now ready. So the distance is therefore equals to the average speed, 65, multiplied by my time in hour, and this will be equals to 2.7083333. I'm going to leave my answer to 6 feet first. Followed by the final answer, they want us to correct to 0.1 kilometer, meaning 0.1, oops, until here. So that will be 2 point, and I will look at this number. This is 0, so the nearest 0.1 kilometer will be 2.7 kilometer to 0.1 kilometer. And with that, we have come to the end of this video. If you like this video, do give it a thumbs up. Thank you for watching and have a nice day. Hello everyone, welcome to this video where we are given town A and town B. So I'm going to just sketch a diagram out. They are 100 kilometers apart. Alright, so from here to here is 1000 kilometers apart. And James, going to denote it with a red color. 8 AM, he starts to depart from town B and move towards town A. 60 kilometers per hour. Before 8:30, half an hour later, Kumar then move from town A to town B at 50 kilometers per hour. Okay, so in this 60 minutes, in this 30 minutes, sorry, so from 8 AM to 8:30, the distance by James during here will be equals to 60 kilometer multiplied by half an hour. Okay, 30 minutes equals half an hour. So this one will be 30 kilometer. Okay, so this part here will be, let me just denote it here. So even before Kumar started traveling, James will have traveled 30 kilometer already. And at this point onwards, then Kumar started his journey. Okay, so after this, right, at after 8:30, where both started traveling, then at this point I would like to then denote what we are trying to find here, the time where they pass each other. I'm going to let the time, this time taken for James and Kumar to meet each other, right? To pass each other BT. Okay, and so this is going to be important because then from here on I would be able to want to find the distance by Kumar, which is equals to speed times time. So the speed by Kumar is 50 and the time taken is our letter T, hours, and therefore this one will be equals to 50T. As for distance by James, 60 km per hour, that's the speed. Time is also T hours, 60T. So when I represent this on this particular diagram on top, then it will be something like this, where we would have the 50T here, and I will have my 60T here. And a very important thing that everybody need to know is that actually for this part of the journey, right, is 70 kilometer, isn't it? That means 50T and 60T add up to 70T kilometer. So therefore I would form my first equation already. I would have 50T plus 60T. This will give me 70 kilometer. So if I continue to solve, 50 plus 60T, this one will give me 110T. This one is equals to 70, and therefore my T will be 70. I'm going to divide by 110 on both sides. And this one is given in hours. So come, let me create some more space. So I shall now convert it to from hours to minute. Means that I'm going to multiply by 60 to give me minute. So 70 over 110 times 60, 38.1818, and this one is to 6 Pacific, followed by 38 minute to the nearest minute. So that having for this part of the journey, which starts at 8:30, what will be the time they pass each other? So from 080, 8:30, 38 minutes later, 0908. And therefore that will be the final answer to this question. They will pass each other at 9:08 AM. And with that, we have come to the end of this video. So if you like this video, do give it a thumbs up. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.